Hey everyone, thanks for joining me on this journey through the history of the USS Lexington, also known as Lady Lex. This mighty aircraft carrier played a crucial role in World War II, even though she met a tragic end. The Lexington's story is one of adaptation, innovation, and ultimately, sacrifice. We saw her transform from a planned battlecruiser to a pioneering aircraft carrier, and then witness her bravery in the Battle of the Coral Sea. While the battle itself was a tactical win for Japan, Lexington's sacrifice crippled their forces just in time for the pivotal Battle of Midway. If you enjoyed learning about Lady Lex, leave a thumbs up to let me know, and consider subscribing for more exciting explorations of history. I'd also love to hear your thoughts on the Lexington or any other World War II ships in the comments below. Until next time, fair winds and following seas. The mighty Lady Lex, a World War II hero. The USS Lexington, a formidable aircraft carrier of the US Navy, played a pivotal role in turning the tide of the Pacific War against Japan during World War II. Initially designed as a battlecruiser, this behemoth of the seas was later converted into an aircraft carrier, earning the affectionate nickname Lady Lex. Following the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, Lady Lex was dispatched to the Coral Sea in May 1942 to halt Japanese aggression. This historic battle marked the first carrier engagement where opposing forces never visually engaged. Despite not making direct contact, the American forces inflicted significant damage on the Japanese fleet, effectively crippling them for the upcoming Battle of Midway. From battlecruiser to aircraft carrier, Lady Lex's story began in 1921 when she was laid down as a battlecruiser. However, the Washington Naval Treaty of 1922 restricted the construction of battleships and battlecruisers. Consequently, Lexington and its sister ship, Saratoga, were reclassified as aircraft carriers, becoming the first of their kind. Rear Admiral William A. Moffett, head of the Navy's new Bureau of Aeronautics, hailed the new carriers as powerful instruments of offense. He envisioned bombers launched from these vessels, striking targets with surprise and precision, a tactic that would prove highly effective in the war to come. A force to be reckoned with, launched in 1925, Lexington boasted an impressive length of 888 feet and a top speed of 35 knots. Its unique propulsion system allowed for impressive journeys, such as the 2,200-mile voyage from California to Hawaii in just over 72 hours. The initial crew complement numbered around 2,200, and the ship's armament included rapid-fire guns and 8-inch rifles, later upgraded to accommodate a formidable air wing. Commissioned in December 1927, Lady Lex entered service with the Pacific Fleet a year later. Notably, from 1930 to 1932, the future five-star Admiral Ernest J. King commanded this very ship, highlighting the important role it played in shaping US naval leadership. Lady Lex, more than just a warship, Part 2. Beyond her wartime heroics, USS Lexington's story is filled with humanitarian efforts and technological advancements. A helping hand. During a harsh drought in 1929-1930, Lady Lex displayed her unexpected versatility. She supplemented the electrical supply of Tacoma, Washington, providing much-needed power during a critical time. Additionally, in 1931, the carrier delivered aid to Managua, Nicaragua, following a devastating earthquake, showcasing her ability to offer crucial support in times of disaster. A search for a legend. In 1937, Lexington played a part in history beyond war. The carrier participated in the extensive 2-week search operation for Amelia Earhart, demonstrating the reach and resources the US Navy could deploy for such endeavors. Refining strategies for war. Both Lexington and Saratoga served as crucial platforms for developing and refining carrier warfare tactics before World War II. Ironically, these tactics included surprise attacks, a foreshadowing of the devastating assault on Pearl Harbor. The looming war. From 1940, Captain Frederick C. Sherman, a decorated World War I submarine veteran, commanded Lexington. When the Pearl Harbor attack occurred on December 7, 1941, Lexington was on a mission, ferrying dive bombers to Midway Island. The mission was aborted, and the carrier searched for Japanese forces near Oahu. Early shifts and missed opportunities. Following Pearl Harbor, Lexington's movements were marked by both strategic adjustments and frustrating near misses. A planned attack on Wake Island to relieve besieged forces was ultimately scrapped. The Battle of the Coral Sea. In January 1942, Lexington was redeployed to the Coral Sea with the objective of halting Japanese aggression. This critical battle, involving American, British, and Australian forces, marked a turning point in the Pacific War. A hero emerges. During the Battle of the Coral Sea, Lieutenant Edward H. O'Hare became a symbol of American courage. He single-handedly shot down 5 Japanese bombers within minutes, earning him the title of the Navy's first flying ace and the first naval recipient of the Medal of Honor in World War II. A grim situation. Despite early American victories, the Pacific situation remained precarious. The Japanese had captured numerous islands and attacked several key territories. This set the stage for a pivotal moment in the war, which we'll explore next. The Battle of the Coral Sea, a clash of carriers, Japan's ambitious plan. In May 1942, Japan launched a daring operation dubbed Operation MO. Their objective: capture Tulagi in the Solomons, then Rabaul, and finally Port Moresby in Papua New Guinea. Fueled by early victories, the Japanese strategy relied on a passive American response. However, their confidence bordered on arrogance, a factor later termed victory disease by Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto. This overstretch would prove costly. The stakes: Japan's ultimate goal was to establish land-based airfields in New Guinea, allowing them to threaten Northern Australia. Controlling New Guinea would also put New Caledonia, Fiji, and Samoa within reach, potentially severing vital communication and supply lines between the US and Australia and forcing Australia's surrender. Uneven matchup. Out of 5 American aircraft carriers deployed in the Pacific, only Yorktown and Lexington were operational and ready to face the Japanese threat. The battle unfolds May 3rd. The Japanese invaded Tulagi, encountering no resistance. May 4th. American carrier forces launched a surprise attack, inflicting heavy losses on Japanese ships and aircraft. Despite the setback, the Japanese managed to build a seaplane base on Tulagi, a game of cat and mouse. Yorktown and Lexington searched for the Japanese fleet in the Jomard Passage near Port Moresby. Meanwhile, both sides engaged in a frustrating 2-day pursuit, hampered by poor weather. May 7th. A critical turning point. Japanese aircraft mistakenly attacked an American oiler and destroyer, mistaking them for carriers. Simultaneously, Lexington's air group sank the Japanese light carrier Shoho. May 8th. The inevitable clash. American bombers scored first, heavily damaging the Japanese carrier Shokaku. Lieutenant John J. Powers, determined to make a significant impact, delivered a fatal blow, sacrificing himself in the process. A tragic loss. Despite dodging initial attacks, Lexington was struck by torpedoes and bombs. While the damage was initially manageable, a series of explosions triggered by fuel vapors sealed the carrier's fate. With heavy hearts, Captain Sherman ordered the crew to abandon ship. Over 2,700 sailors were rescued, but over 200 lives were lost. A Pyrrhic victory. The Battle of the Coral Sea, though a tactical victory for Japan in terms of ships sunk, became a strategic win for the Allies. Lexington's sacrifice crippled 2 Japanese carriers, rendering them unavailable for the upcoming Battle of Midway, a clash that would ultimately turn the tide of the Pacific War. All right, folks, that's the story of the epic clash known as the Battle of the Coral Sea. It was a tense game of cat and mouse, with missed opportunities and some truly heroic moments. While the Japanese technically sank more ships, the battle ended in a strategic victory for the Allies. The USS Lexington, though lost, played a critical role. Her sacrifice kept 2 Japanese carriers out of the upcoming Battle of Midway, a fight that would change the course of the war. If you enjoyed learning about this pivotal battle, hit that like button and let me know in the comments below. What surprised you the most? Did any heroes stand out to you? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for joining me, and until next time, stay curious and keep exploring history.